how would you rate the content that was dished out by Yambaba and his crew, and what are the issues with it from your own perspective, informed perspective, having practiced in this sector for long?
Okay, we are Nigerians, and then we know that one of the very funny bad side of being a Nigerian is there are quacks in everything. The owner of the podcast might be popular, might have more followers than I do, but he's not a professional. Oh. Because if he was a professional, he would understand the impact, the negativities. Social media has its opportunities and challenges. You would, before you put out something there, you check out the challenges. Is what I'm going to put out, is it enough to cause an unrest? Because we are looking at this thing and it's looking small. It's so big. Actually, it is so big. If you look at
a global issue already.
It is. The issues that has popped up out of it's not just real estate issue. The show was promoting women trafficking. Yes. And that's a major issue in Nigeria. You're coming on live TV to tell us that, oh, I slept through my way to get, and in fact, she said she came out with a 2-1. You slept your way to get. So you're actually saying that the Nigerian university system is filled with lecturers that sleep with students before they graduate. I was having an argument on my wall, and someone said, why are you on and on about it? Why not agree that you're the 5% that is the good? And I'm like, it's not like that. 95% in statistics means almost everybody.
That's right.
5% is insignificant. So back to what I was saying about him being a quack. If he understands that this is touching child trafficking, this is affecting gender violence, a lot of things, because for a staff to sleep with the CEO, yes, she's being coerced. Yes, absolutely. She's not sleeping with the CEO with her.
Sexual harassment,
exactly.
Sexual
abuse the issues coming out of this are so much. And then as a professional media person, you should understand that you speak to the conscience of your viewers. And that particular podcast is not doing that.
Talking about the professionalism that you pointed out now, what could have made that production different? What could have made it something that will elicit sympathy, just in case there is a genuine case? I'm not saying that that's the case. How could it have been done differently?
Okay. From my view, if he wanted to be professional about that production,
maybe somebody came to complain,
and he wants to make a news out of it, he invites the so-called realtor that he invited, and he also invites
separately.
And then you you also invite a real estate CEO.
Okay.
That's how podcasts are done. If you watch podcasts on CNN, on BBC, you see that on both sides there's a balance. There's usually a balance, so that when this person raises an issue, the other person is able to say whether it happens or not. He came out to say, "Oh, it's a scripted show." Fantastic, scripted or not, fantastic. But if it is a scripted show, like you said, you would have time to go through it, and then you remove things that are not supposed to be there. We watch things on TikTok, and there are words that doesn't make a sound. You see that TikTok automatically blanks off those words because they are not. That is what professionalism does.
Okay. There's something I need to add to this. Just before you butt in, if something is fictitious, like he said, of course we know that he's been having other editions of the program. I don't know if all of them have been fictitious all this while.
Exactly.
So that's also something that professionals can help the police check, whether all the editions of the WAM are fictitious, so we can just throw everything into the bin. And also, if for any reason it is fiction, you can have something on the screen telling people, do not believe what we are saying, this is just acting.
Exactly.
Or maybe at the end of it, you can have that disclaimer. Don't do this. That is what professionalism and ethics. So I'm beginning to align with what you said about his own professionalism.
The statistics are wrong. They are so wrong, because he doesn't even know the list of real estate CEOs in Anambra. No, like, that's what's mind-boggling for me. There are more than 150. And I'm even sure it's not all of them that are in the association. Okay. We have people that decide not to join an association.
That's right.
So how can you tell me that you... And there are so many stories from that thing, Seth, about the Libya story. How she went to Libya and she's a prostitute. Come on.
Okay, because of how far this is going, and I also wanted to point out that before content, now we are having this conversation. We actually have a producer, the director of Fides, who can stop at any point if he feels we're going offline. Yeah. So it's not just about our discernment. You actually have people who monitor every media, every proper media content,
exactly,
to be sure that it is in line, to be sure that you're not breaching ethics and all. So obviously it's a one-man show, so it cannot be a media platform, what they set up. So it cannot actually speak to issues in Anambra.
At all.
Such a platform cannot speak to issues in Anambra as a state, because it's a one-man show. You don't have people checking things. You don't have people protecting the social psychology of the people, which is very important to the fabric of the society. Exactly. So do you also think it's important for our psychologists to come, just in case, it's important to check? Because I don't think that somebody will be doing content to this extent. Don't you think it is extreme?
It is extreme. It is extreme. And then I think one of the issues that leads him on is the fan base. Like people like the CEOs that made him brand ambassadors for what? Like this, you made him a brand ambassador at the heat of when his content was against family. He's fighting with his wife and a lot of things.
Okay, Paul King actually explained that.
Yeah, he did, but then...
Okay, he would have withdrawn it.
Exactly, because he's explaining now. The damage has been done before. He's like crying over spilled milk.
Yeah, because he's now like, as if he's an accomplice.
Exactly.
With this guy.
And this is what happens. Business owners tend to fund quacks. Because they come to professional media influencers like I am, and then you tell them, this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do, a detailed approach of what needs to be done for their business to grow, and they will be like, no, now, just do a video. Just do a video. So they want it faster and easier, but the wrong way, and it gives them negatives and positives, and it gives them more of negatives. Okay. So this is like an eye-opener for others. Imagine being a brand ambassador for a business, and then the next minute you're bringing down the business on live TV.
Yes, and the business is whatever you help them gain, they're losing it.
Exactly.
And everybody is now affected, including our precious Anambra State.
And that's another thing. The point is that we as... Okay, let me personalize it. I, as Ezebonya Anambra, is actually not in support of all this that is happening. That's why I'm using my platform to always fight against it. I have friends in the US that kept sending me private message. Ada, your own done too much. Your own done too much. Why are you taking this thing personal? Okay, why not? Someone sent to me and said, why not count yourself among the 5%? I'm like, cut the crap. What are you saying?
Okay, people will actually tell you, don't engage.
Just rest. Just know that you're among the 5%. I already know that you're among the 5%.
Yeah.
What happens to the 95 that are our mentees, that look up to us, that expect people like us that already has a voice to speak for them? If I keep quiet, what happens to them?
So that they can gain clarity.
The social media is really eating deep into the Anambra. Remember the days of Tusa Nozia. Like my late mom, I usually call her WhatsApp journalist. Because once you send these things on social media, people don't...
viral.
They are force-fed with it. It's no longer like the normal media that you decide, I don't want to watch channels, and you change to this. I don't want to watch Fides, I change to this. Do you get? Social media is just there. You're scrolling through your phone and you're seeing a lot of things. And then I believe that the NCC should also create programs, trainings and retrainings for social media content creators, teach them on what, because right now content creation is like the gold mine. Everybody is a content creator. In their house, you just set up your ring light and you're doing something. But if there are courses that people are forced to do before they are able to put out things like this, or big platforms like that of Yam Baba and the other people that say a lot of things, somebody wakes up one morning and tells you Soludo did this, Soludo did that. Because the person is a content creator, it is going, nobody checks whether what this person is accusing the governor of doing is right or wrong. So I'm saying that bodies should come up and do their job. Include social media in what they are censoring. Then on the other part, I also feel that people should also be discerning. You should know, you should have logic, put logic in play. You read something, you try to check. Like I keep saying, someone says, oh, I've slept with all the CEOs in Anambra. It's not logical. You can't do that. You can't do that. But then everybody is saying, yeah, it's true, it's true. So in everything, as you consume news on the internet, be discerning. Back on Ibo Mado now, check me for the possible. Okay. And then before you put out personal things on social media on your own, check, is this harmful to the society? Is this harmful to my person? What would this do to another person's business and all that? And then we'll have a better and prosperous Anambra. Thank you.